While I was reaching you with the first Bible verse, John 10, verse 11, I came across Ezekiel 16, verse 49. And this is the second word. You're a channel, not a reservoir. Ezekiel 16, verse 49. Behold, this was the iniquity of your sister Saddam, pride, overabundance of food, prosperous ease, and idleness with hers and her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and the needy. You have probably heard about Saddam and Gomorrah and the terrible wickedness in those cities. But what did they actually do that was so displeasing to God? Well, I thoroughly read it to make sure that I could make a small passage with this word and help you to understand their issues and why God was so displeased with them. Stay with me. We often have the idea that their sexual perversion finally put God over the edge and caused him to destroy them. But it was actually quite a different situation that caused him to act against them. I was shocked when I saw the truth behind their destruction. I discovered it while searching scriptures about the need to feed the poor. The problem with Saddam and Gomorrah was that they had too much and were not sharing it with those in need. They were idle. Imagine having everything and not giving anything to anyone. Lived excessively convenient lifestyles, which led them to commit abominable acts. We see clearly from this that idleness and too much convenience is not good for us and leads us into more and more trouble. Failing to share what we do have with those who have less than we do is not good for us and is actually dangerous because this selfish type of lifestyle opens the door for evil to progress. Not only are these things not good for us, but they are offensive to God. He expects us to be channels for him to flow through, not reservoirs that hold everything we have for ourselves. I remember when I didn't have a lot for a long time and I was working a regular job, and then all of a sudden I received a beautiful blessing and I became very wealthy. And what did I do? Before I immediately thought about myself, I started thinking about how I could help everybody else. Just even the little things that I did for people. The little things as in just if I'm hungry, I find someone that I know that I enjoy being with and I take them out for dinner. And I did it for years. No matter when I went out and broke bread with anyone, I always paid the bill. Always. My dad would be like, why are you paying the bill all the time? Let people pay. I'm like, Dad, no. I'm like, I make a triple of what these people are making. They're working so much harder than me. I'm like, and it's like little things, like when you go to the store and you see something nice for somebody and you know that they could use it. So I go and I buy it for them. And then what happens? The Lord sees my heart and then he blesses me with more and more and more, and I continue to receive because of all that I give. But how many people do you know that just, they have so much and they just hold it for themselves and they buy expensive things that mean nothing and they show it off to everybody, but then they don't do anything for anyone? It's like, what kind of person are you? What kind of heart do you have? What happened to you to cause you to think that that action is receivable from God? It's not. You got to give in order to receive. And whatever you have, you always have enough to give, no matter what. So we appreciate all the conveniences that are available to us today, but sometimes I think Satan is using them to destroy any willingness to be inconvenienced in order to obey God or help others in need. We have become addicted to ease, and we need to be very careful. Like most people, I like nice, comfortable things, but I have made an effort not to complain when I don't have the things that I want. I also realize that inconvenience is almost always part of helping others. And I know I am called by God to help people and to do so good, not only with the way that I help people, but in my attitude towards people. It's important for me to be kind and keep a good attitude with everyone, no matter if they're good or bad, but always embrace them softly and kindly in a way that they could help others, or in a way that I see there could be an issue there and they could do better, which in turn may irk at first, but then later they may be pleased with their own actions that they've changed, and they'll understand where I'm coming from, if that makes sense to you. Trust in him. Are you willing to be inconvenienced for God? God wants you to be a channel of his love to the world. Ask him to help you find balance in all things. Trust him with the resources he has given you, and keep a good attitude. Be grateful, because what the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. And when the Lord giveth, and then you giveth from what you've been received from the Lord, think about how much more he want to give with you. right? All right, take care.